A ship was found drifting in the Atlantic Ocean. The cargo was untouched. Food and water were still on board. The crew's belongings remained exactly where they had been left. There were no signs of violence, no signs of piracy, and yet every single person on board had vanished. No bodies, no distress signal, no explanation. More than 150 years later, nobody knows exactly what happened. This is the true story of the Mary Celeste, one of the greatest maritime mysteries ever recorded. In November 1872, the merchant ship Mary Celeste departed New York Harbor on a voyage to Genoa, Italy. On board were Captain Benjamin Briggs, his wife Sarah, their 2-year-old daughter Sophia, and 7 experienced crew members. The ship was carrying more than 1,700 barrels of industrial alcohol. Nothing about the voyage seemed unusual. Captain Briggs was well respected and known as a careful seaman. In fact, he trusted the voyage enough to bring his own family with him. The crew was experienced. The weather appeared favorable. Everything suggested this would be another routine crossing of the Atlantic Ocean. But history had other plans. Nearly a month later, on December 4, 1872, another vessel named Dei Gracia spotted a ship near the Azores Islands. At first, nothing seemed unusual. Ships crossed paths at sea all the time. But something about this vessel was wrong. The ship appeared to be moving strangely. No one could be seen on deck. No signals were returned. Concerned, the captain of the Dei Gracia ordered a boarding party to investigate. The sailors climbed aboard expecting to find a damaged ship or an injured crew. Instead, they found something far more disturbing. The ship was empty, completely empty. Not a single person remained on board. The mystery had begun. The boarding party searched every corner of the vessel. What they found only deepened the mystery. The cargo was still there. Food supplies remained on board. Personal belongings had been left behind. Valuable items had not been stolen. There was no blood, no sign of violence, no evidence of a struggle. Although some sails had been damaged and a small amount of water was found in the ship, the Mary Celeste was still seaworthy. It was not sinking. It was capable of continuing its voyage. One clue stood out. The ship's lifeboat was missing. Some navigation equipment was also gone. The final logbook entry suggested that everything had been normal only days earlier. Then the trail simply ended. News of the abandoned ship spread across the world. Soon, theories began to appear. Some believed pirates had attacked the ship. Others suspected mutiny. A few imagined sea monsters or supernatural forces. The mystery became so famous that it inspired books, newspaper stories, and endless speculation. But despite decades of investigation, no theory could ever be proven. Even today, historians continue to debate what happened. The most widely accepted explanation involves the ship's cargo. Remember those barrels of industrial alcohol? Investigators later discovered that some may have leaked. Captain Briggs may have feared that fumes inside the ship could cause an explosion. To avoid the risk, he may have ordered everyone into the lifeboat temporarily. The plan was likely to stay close to the ship until the danger passed. But the Atlantic Ocean is unpredictable. If rough seas or strong winds snapped the rope connecting the lifeboat to the ship, the consequences would have been devastating. The crew would drift away with no way back. Meanwhile, the Mary Celeste would continue sailing alone. If this is what happened, the mystery becomes even more tragic. The ship survived, but the people did not. And that is why the story of the Mary Celeste still fascinates the world today. No confirmed answer, no survivors, no witnesses, just an abandoned ship drifting across the Atlantic Ocean. More than 150 years later, the sea still hasn't revealed its secret. What do you think happened to the crew of the Mary Celeste? Let me know in the comments.